one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. This gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
Hey, I got some wise words for that Cincinnati mayor. Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni. You gotta fight for your right to party! You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado, free smoke. Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much or how you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop a million songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our block, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. You know, I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
Nelly, I need you. Ow! Hey, first off, how's everybody doing tonight? Me and my homie was at work, and every time I don't know why, we can never remember that Nelly and Kelly Rowland sing that song Dilemma. Every time we bring it up, for one, it's hard to even remember the lyrics to it, okay? We always get confused with Ja Rule. I don't know why I hear Ja Rule. And yesterday, this like the third day we done this, me, my dude Cam, and Mike. We was thinking about what song it was, and we was running through hella songs, bruh. And at one point in time, I was like, bro, it's a chance that it's not even Ja Rule who sing this song. Cause I was like, I went home one day and found it, and I still don't remember what I said. I remember it wasn't Ja Rule, and I don't think it was Ashanti either. Cause we kept thinking it was Ashanti, Ja Rule, Jennifer Lopez, and my homeboy Mike brought up Fat Joe, but we knew it wasn't Fat Joe. But we just kept thinking it was one of them. And we went through a whole bunch of Ja Rule songs, bruh. Like his big ones, not a whole bunch. And then my homie towards the end, when we got off of work, we was sitting in the car waiting for our next shift to start. And out of nowhere, my homie was like, no, matter of fact, it was when we got back into work that night. We was in the back of a truck, and he was like, Nelly, and I was like, that's it. Bro, you know when you just been thinking of something all day and finally you remember. Now, to his credit, I didn't remember it. My homeboy remembered it. Cam. That motherfucker say, I remembered it but we still didn't remember it was Kelly Rowland. We kept thinking it was like Jennifer Lopez or Ashanti. And I was like, man, I don't think it's Jennifer Lopez, because I'm hearing the song in my head and that don't sound like Jennifer Lopez. And I was like, maybe it is Ashanti, bro. My mind was making me think it was Ashanti. It was Kelly Rowland, bro. Nelly, I need you. I never found you. No matter what I do, ow, all I think about is you. Ow. Hey, that shit is a vibe, boy. I'm trying to tell you, but listen, bro. What's up? Hold up, bro. Let me fix this real fast. We're gonna watch that John Jones fight tonight. I'm hoping he win, but 3 years off. He's still the GOAT, but I'm really hoping he win. But we are not here to talk about John Bones Jones. We're here to talk about Ja Morant. And I probably could have made a video about Ja Morant a while ago. I just chose not to. But Ja Morant just got suspended, I guess, for the next 2 games. So basically a slap on the wrist. He released a video. I guess a video of him came out with him brandishing guns on a stream or something. I seen the video. I guess he was like at a party or something. And then I guess a report came out that he hit a 17-year-old kid and threatened him with a gun or some shit like that. And of course, if you know Ja Morant since he got into the league, I guess the big thing done been he want to be a gangster or whatever. And this really ain't no laughing matter. It's just funny when I think about all the stuff that's done accumulated with Ja over the last, 2-3 years. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Well, not necessarily funny, but it's like, damn, man, this dude, get it together, Ja. But, and speaking of, one thing I will say before I even get into it, I see a lot of people saying, man, Ja Morant gonna end up in 5 years, he either gonna be a superstar or he gonna be in prison. Like, everybody got these prison jokes at the end of everything. And I don't understand how when a black man is involved in something, you immediately think it's funny to use prison as a joke. I'm lost on that. But nonetheless, because I would understand if he was out there actually gang banging, killing people and things of that nature. Then I understand robbing, stealing. Then prison is a very logical thing to say. This dude is just out here being foolish right now. Not necessarily doing criminal activity, just doing a lot of stupid shit. And he got an image that he clearly don't understand. And he got stuff to lose that he clearly not understanding that at the moment. Ja Morant, I think, is 23 or 22, either 22 or 23. And he a young dude right now. And listen, a lot of money done been handed to him at an early age. A lot of adulation and love done been given to him and shown to him. A lot of praise. A whole city of people basically telling him he the dude, he the man. You can start feeling a certain type of way, bro. It's when you gas somebody up, that's just the nature of the beast. I tell my homeboys all the time listen, you can't be mad at women for acting the way they act nowadays. You know, if you meet a woman who acts stuck up and this and that, you can't be mad at that. Because it's a lot of dudes that gassed her up to get her to feel that way. A lot of times you find that a lot of women are not negative, stuck up type individuals. A lot of beautiful women that you might think is the most beautiful woman you ever done seen. It's a great chance she not stuck up, arrogant, and unapproachable. But a lot of the women who are, you got to understand, she didn't just get that way. Now, some women do just get that way. But a lot of women get that way because they done been gassed up to the limit. They done had multiple dudes, sips in their life come in and do a lot of things that they come to the realization, damn, my pussy really is gold. And that's how you get to that type of situation. When you gas, and it's the same thing when it comes to men. But, well, I don't think it's necessarily like that all the time with men. But in a lot of cases, women, matter of fact, I think it's like that for both cases. But when you gas a human being up and basically get them, if you tell a human, it's like I told my homie Mike the other day. If you tell somebody every time they take a shit that shit smell like gold, like the shit smell like roses, every single time, eventually they gonna start believing that they shit smell like gold. At first they might think to themselves, man, come on, man, it's shit, bro. Shit don't smell like, you know what I'm saying? But the more and more you tell them that they shit smell like gold, eventually they'll believe it. That's how it works. And so, especially when there's no reinforcement or positive reinforcement or any type of reinforcement when somebody who you gassing up starting to feel themselves a little too much. When you don't try to throw in a jab in there to keep them down to reality, to keep them level, then, you know, this happens. When you run water in a cup and you don't stop the tap from running, the water runs over. That's just the cup overflows. That's how these things work. And I understand people trying to say to an extent, I understand the people who yell, you know, he got to be mature. He got to be mature. It's this thing that y'all put on athletes because they make a lot of money that they should immediately mean that they mature than most people. He still is a 23-year-old young man. Imagine what you was doing and what your mind state was and your mentality and the things you got into at the age of 23. Maybe you wasn't brandishing guns on a live stream, but you could have been doing other type of things. You could have been making racist jokes. You could have been a bully. You could have been a mean person. It's a lot of different things that you could have been at that age. You could have been wild and reckless. We just don't have, most humans don't have at stake what Ja Morant has at stake. And that's where I think Ja Morant gotta be. Like, and I feel like people done said this for the last couple years. And I really don't like that he was only suspended for 2 games. I really feel like that's not the type of punishment that's going to teach Ja Morant anything. And to his credit, he took responsibility, but how can you not? It's your face. We see you brandishing the gun. It's not like it was, you know, taken from the back and people guessing just because of his locks and like, oh, you know, I think he got that type of lock. You know what I'm saying? It's literally your face in the video. So, I mean, what you going to say? That's not him? What, that wasn't you? So that was a bit, I guess, congratulations on taking responsibility, even though we knew it was you. But, and I hear people talk about, you know, he got to get the right people in this corner. He got to get the right people in this corner. My thing with that is, when you're Ja Morant and you as big as Ja Morant and you the leader of the friend group most of the time when you make the money, because he the breadwinner in the group. He who everybody relying on, more than likely. Bro, you got to just understand at some point in time who you can and cannot have in your group. Who is helping and not helping, especially when you get to this level. The real shame in the Ja Morant story, if it end bad, is that, bro, you got so much money that you is about to make that's ahead of you that you haven't even made yet. It's money in front of you that you might not even know is in front of you. And doing these type of things, it just hurt the money that it take away money that you could possibly make. Like, you think you done made a lot of money now, but if you become, I don't want to say become change, but if you become presentable in the public eye for these companies, it's just the nature of the beast. You don't see Steph Curry and LeBron James brandishing guns. You know, the faces of the league, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, I understand making mistakes and things like that. That's why I'm not going to kill him. But at some point in time, Ja got to understand his value and his worth and who he is. You can't just say I'm Ja Morant so I can do these things or that get me into these clubs that these type of people hang out with me because of, bro, you got to understand I'm Ja Morant so I can't do this type of thing. I can't hang with these type of influences. I can't go to these certain places like you, Ja Morant, my boy. You got to understand, like Hope said, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. That's how you got to start thinking right now. Ja Morant, and I understand it. Like I said, he's 23 years old. You make this type of money, bro, you probably going and buying chains, jewelry, cars, you know, the girls, you know, enjoying the life that you always wanted to enjoy. However, what is the purpose of brandishing guns and trying to live? And listen, I agree with the people who say Ja Morant trying to act like a thug. Now, I don't know the life Ja Morant lived before he got to the NBA. If you look at what everybody in, you know, on Twitter telling you, he lived a great life, 2-parent household and all those type of things. But what I can't understand for the life of me when it comes to the Ja Morant thing is, why is that what you want to be? Why is that what you want to portray, at least? Like, I'm hard, I'm about it, I'm a thug, I handle business, I do this. Like, why is that the image? You can portray that type of image without the I'm a thug, I kill you and all these, I tote guns, and you don't have to have that image. And this is what confused me. Because listen, the life Ja Morant, for some odd reason, he want to live at this moment or want to portray. I didn't actually been, I'm not going to say fortunate, but I actually done been a part of it, living this life. And I'm glad I didn't have to actually go knee deep into that life like some people have to. But I used to live a level of that life, wanting to do that. And I chose to put myself in that, just like much like Ja Morant doing, because you think it's cool and shit like that. But I also didn't have an NBA contract paying me millions of dollars on the line either. I would like to believe that if that was an option, then that other life would not have been an option. And when you Ja Morant and you have the option, you've been afforded the opportunity through hard work and being fortunate enough to be one of the guys whose hard work paid off to make it to this level why would you still want to even participate in this type of shit? Why would you even want a chance of being around a gun? So if a gun go off, like, why would you unnecessarily want to be playing with guns? Why do you want to be in that? Why do you want that to be an image of you? Ja Morant, I do all this type. Why is the clean image bad for you? Because it's making you millions of dollars. It's not changing who you are. We're not calling Steph Curry weak. Now, maybe some weirdos out there who do that. I'm not calling LeBron James any less of a man because I don't see him toting guns and shit like that. Like, I don't understand. And it's so crazy to me because, listen, I get it. We think growing up as young black men that make us cool, right? But you know what else is we thought was cool growing up as young black men? NBA players and athletes. Ja Morant, you became one of the dudes that we thought was cool growing up. So why in God's name do you now want to become the lesser version that we looked up to unknowingly, not realizing that bro, for one, for the kids growing up wanting to be thugs, wanting to be gangsters, wanting to live that type of lifestyle, do you really truly understand getting deep into that lifestyle, what that entail? Do you not see the people getting killed on a daily basis with ops and shit like yeah, I think that's funny to just say that word and shit like that. Do you really know what it's like to go out shopping with your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your kids or something like that, and somebody really just run up on you and actually legitimately try to shoot you, not talk to you and fight you, try to end your life? And that's a daily routine where you have to actually watch where you are at because somebody could just randomly. Why is that a lifestyle you would ever want to live? I don't know. But that is not a lifestyle you want to live. Do you understand what it's like constantly having to fight motherfuckers? Waking up every day knowing you finna either fight somebody, get shot at, or something like that. But you cool because the in-between times of those days you get to smoke weed with your boys. Snoop Dogg smoke weed all the time, bro. And we think he cool as hell and he don't gang bang no more. I understand doing that shit when you got no choice or when you think that's the only choice. Ja Morant legitimately. And it take a special person to learn from others' mistakes and say, I never want to do that. But Ja Morant not only can learn from other people's mistakes, bro, you literally in the league. You got safe money, secure money that's coming in by the millions, and you ain't got to do nothing illegal. And you can only make more of that. You done been put in a position where you now can make as much money as humanly possible for yourself. If you play your cards right, make great business decisions. And you do this? I don't understand why this thing. And you just signed a Nike deal, got your own signature shoe. I don't understand. Like, so yeah, you need to get some better people in your corner and just make better decisions. I know a lot of times when these type of things happen, we like to project on the other people in his corner. But I'm saying, no. You might be young, but you're old enough to be able to take accountability for your own actions and sit down and understand, like, bruh, this is not what I'm going to do to be successful, bro. Because now it's affecting your on the court play because you done got suspended. And anytime your off the court actions start to affect your on the court actions, now we got a problem. See, people like to talk about T.O., but T.O.'s off the field thing he did, which never done nothing illegal. But nothing he did off the field affected him on the field. Right now, Ja Morant's off the reason I don't like people comparing T.O. to A.B. AB's off the field issues are affected his on the field issues. They started to affect each other. So, or one was affected by the other, a cause and effect. Because of how your ass act off the field, now on the field production is being affected. That's Ja Morant. And I understand young, but young can't be the excuse for everything. You wasn't young when you signed. You was young, but you understood what you was doing when you signed the contract for the millions of dollars. You got to understand, bro, you got a city on your back. You got people that's relying on you. This bigger than you now. I'm not just talking about fans. I'm talking about other people who got to feed their family, legitimately relying on you now. So Ja Morant definitely got to get. And then the thing when it come to his dad, I understand the people who talk about that too, bro. Where it feel like his dad want to be his friend more than his pops. I get that. It do feel like at times his dad, like when you see the on the court sideline stuff, like, come on, pops, be his dad, bro. I understand you a fan of your son, you love it. And I understand that they could get twisted when the dad ain't the one providing all the money now. He ain't the breadwinner. But when you raise, that should never become a question just because the son can now provide more than because he make more than the dad. That's you are still the dad at the end of the day, and you should be instilling constantly into him, bro. You make great money now, bro. You take care of the family. You did what your dream was to do. Take care of us, provide for us, bro. You cannot mess it up by acting like this. Like, he gotta have people in his corner that's shooting that message to him. But it'll be I think Ja learned from this, hopefully. I don't think the punishment is really what he'll learn from, rather than missing games because of how you acted off the court. But you just hope that he get to the point where he realizes, bro, you don't have to portray a certain image to look cool. You already cool, my boy. You Ja Morant. You float through the air. Now, this is one of those things where I told y'all when I talked about the All-Star game, how the young generation of NBA players, it just kind of do feel like they are a bit entitled, where it's like you give them everything. You heap praise on them. You compare them to actual GOATs and greats of the game way before you ever should. They really don't accomplish much of anything before they start to get these comparisons and whatnot. And then they start to do things like, oh, I'm never competing in the dunk contest. Not trying in the All-Star game. I mean, shit, Ja Morant basically played a quarter or so and then sat out and chilled. So I do hope that Ja Morant get the help he need, because he said I'm not just saying him get help. He said he was going to find help. So I do hope he find the guidance that he need in this type of situation, and realize, bro, I don't have to act like this to look cool, bro. I legitimately can fly through the air, bro. I got highlights of me yamming on people. I'm cool. I got my own shoe with Nike. My guy, you're cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to show guns. You don't need to get grilled. You literally are an NBA player, my guy. And this is why I understand it when people use LeBron James as the image. Him and Steph Curry. I understand it when people use those two. Like, nobody's saying you got to be those two. People are saying, look how they carry themselves as faces of the NBA. You expect Ja Morant to be a face of the NBA one day, right? And to the young people on Twitter and shit like that, who gonna be in Ja Morant, oh, man, let him be himself, bruh. He just being him. Bruh, shut up. You need to find guidance too. And Jesus. That being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me on the episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. It could be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber, you out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.